Elizabeth wants her friend to come over and play Barbies with her. Olivia wants to tell her grandmother thank you for the birthday present. Emily wants to tell her friend she got the part in the school play. Easy, you say, just pick up the phone and call. But what was life like before we had telephones? People sent telegrams to each other. Many people wrote letters, but it took several weeks or months for them to arrive sometimes. You could also deliver your message in person by walking or riding a horse. You might ride a bicycle, but what if the person you wanted to deliver a message to lived very far away?
America was the land of invention in the late 1800s. Communicating took a giant step forward when Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone.
His research with hearing and speech devices eventually led him to being granted the first U.S. patent for the telephone in 1876. Bell met and hired Thomas Watson as his assistant in 1874. 3 days after being awarded his patent, he was able to get his telephone to successfully work.
"Mr. Watson," Bell said, "come here. I want to see you." Bell had accidentally spilled acid on himself, and his words were a call for help. Watson had heard, this time clearly. The telephone was born. The date was March 10th, 1876. Bell was 20.
The first telephone was a crude model that didn't look much like what we think of as a telephone today. The telephone opened the door for more women to work outside of the home. By the 1890s, telephone company managers were hiring mostly women operators. Electric overhead wires were crucial to the telephone transmitting its service to customers. By 1895, most major cities in the U.S. had a tangle of overhead wires. The invention of the telephone would transform citizens' daily lives forever. Now the sender and receiver of a message can be in direct contact with each other, even though they might be many miles away. People that did not know how to read and write were able to communicate with the telephone. Businesses were able to grow quickly due to improved communication. The first telephones were big and bulky. Only wealthy families could afford them. Today our telephones are now small and can go everywhere with us. Few of us can now imagine a world without them.